It's time for a quarter 1 update recap for us to look at our goals that we set out for the beginning of the year and just make sure we're on the right track. So I'm going to be doing that as well as my week 71 update. Welcome, guys. My name is Patrice, The.patrice.denise, and I'm over here living a healthy, sustainable life, one day at a time, one step at a time. I always go like this, and this is saying two, but really one. One day at a time, one step at a time. So glad you decided to join me for this video. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel so that you can be a part of this community where we're over here loving on each other, motivating each other, inspiring each other, just sharing our journey and what we're doing along the way to live this life, to live it one day at a time, one step at a time, to conquer goals, to be successful in things that we set out, where we're just sharing our ups and our downs and just everything in between. So definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you have been here before, I love you, love you, love you. And I love your support that you give me. I love the support you give this community. I appreciate each and every one of you. But I have been on the medication Mounjaro for 71 weeks now. And when I first started out, I've been telling you guys all about Mounjaro and what it's been doing for me. I did branch off and started talking about just my overall health in general. Mind, body, spiritual, and just everything in between. And that has really been helping me just to stay grounded and just looking at other things besides physical health, because I believe that this journey, when you're on a health journey, is more than just physical. At first, when I first started out, I was gung-ho about weight, as well as my blood sugars. And I feel that as I continue to go on and continue to document this journey, I began to realize that it's way more than just physical. You can try to overcome or conquer any physical condition, but your mental space, your spiritual space, and just the wisdom and understanding you gain from that has a big part in your physical health journey. So I just decided to document this this sort of way. So I recently was on a trip and I did not document blood sugars and did not document anything. I have a little tracker. Where's my tracker? Right here. I have a tracker that I use to document the different things that I'm doing to help me stay on track. And I didn't do that. I did start backtracking as of, I started backtracking on April the 5th. That was on Friday. Today is April the 10th, by the way. And it's not Thanksgiving, but I'm feeling thankful today. So I have on this shirt. You'll see the shirt in another vlog that I'm filming right now. But this shirt says thankful because I'm very thankful for my life. I'm thankful for everything in my life. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm feeling good today. Feeling real good today. So I started tracking on April the 5th again, and like I said, using my trackers that I have here, and I'll share that with you guys here in a second. But before we get into the trackers, I just wanted to talk about Mounjaro for a second. I am on the 7.5 milligram dose of Mounjaro. I do inject my medication every 10 days now, and the last injection was on, I have it on my calendar here on my phone. The last injection was on April the 1st. Well, actually it was on April the 2nd, because that's the day I got back April the 1st, late that night, might as well say early morning, April the 2nd. So I took the injection on April the 2nd that morning. And my next injection, I'm just going to keep it at the 10 day from the first, because I just already have it programmed in my calendar. But my next injection is going to be on tomorrow, April the 11th. And then from there, I'll go to April 21st. So I do it every 10 days. So I like to preface that I am not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm just someone sharing my journey with you guys. So if you are thinking about changing anything that deals with your plan of care or something that your doctor prescribes, definitely check with your doctor first so that you can make sure that is appropriate for you. I am a nurse. I'm a care coordinator right now in the nursing field. but I'm not telling people what to do with their medications, right? Right. Right. So I just share my journey. But like I said, I am going to take my next injection on tomorrow. So I am on a 7.5 milligram dose. With this dose, it has been controlling my blood sugars really well. So my blood sugars, I'll put them up here. I did start tracking my blood sugars again on Friday. Like I said, I took a break from tracking and doing all that, and I just kind of eased myself back into what I was doing for my health journey. And my blood sugar on April the 5th was an 80. That's my fasting blood sugar as soon as I get up in the morning. The highest blood sugar I had this week was on April the 6th. And let's just kind of think. Okay, so April the 5th, I don't know if it already aired it up, but you'll see a video. I did have pizza that on Friday night. So the next morning when I took my blood sugar, guess what? It wasn't, 105 is not by any chance like, whoa, high blood sugar. But when I'm, normally having 80s and 90s, and when I do creep up to the 100s, and I'm like, okay, what happened? So I had a 105 on April the 6th, and that was early in the morning, so I had to go to work that morning. So I took it like at 5 o'clock-ish, I think. That's when I woke up. But, and that's my part-time job. But then my blood sugars went in the 90s, and then this morning it was 83. So still controlled on the 7.5 milligram dose. I did have a comment. Someone asked me when I was planning to get off of Mounjaro, and I was actually reflecting on that in a previous video where I was just thinking, should I or would I be on this long term, or not long term, because it definitely has already been long term. I've been on this for about a year, and a year and 6 months will be in May. But in that video, I was reflecting, and I was asking myself, well, if my blood pressure had come down and I was on blood pressure medicine, my doctor probably would titrate me down, and then eventually wean me off. And do I want to do the same for Mounjaro? So I do go back to the doctor in May, and we'll discuss that. But I am kind of already doing a titrating system, so to speak, as I have widened the time between my injections. So maybe I will be able to wean myself off of Mounjaro here in the future, but I'm going to have to pay close attention to my blood sugars when I do that, because that's the whole point. I don't want my blood sugar to increase, and I don't want my A1C to go back into the diabetic range. So that's where I'm at with that. Yeah. Oh, I did order my next refill. So if you watched a video a while ago, about 2 months ago, I ordered 2 boxes of Mounjaro because my health insurance, I had to cover the deductible. Well, I did submit last week during the video. I hit send. I did submit my refill for 3 months supply of Mounjaro. During that time, from last week until now, they had to do a prior auth. And I don't know why, because I thought the prior auth was already completed in November. But my doctor had to send paperwork and documentation to the company and to my insurance company. And then they called me and was like, okay, we're ready to send it. And this was, today is the 10th. And so that was on Monday. They called, said they're ready to send it. And then it still was $700 and something. I said, what? And that's for a 3-month supply. So I can't remember the exact amount. I'll do a video when it does get here, because they said it shipped on yesterday, so it should be here today, because it's supposed to ship overnight. Matter of fact, let me see. Track shipment. Yep, it should be here. Oh, in the next hour or so. It says between 9:10 and 11:10, and it is 10:33. So, it should be here in a second. So, I'll make a video and talk about all that when I get that, about what it was and my process and all that. And I know people are saying that they are having struggles with finding the Mounjaro, but I use my insurance's mail order pharmacy, and like I said, I did order it last week, Wednesday. I had to go through a prior auth. They did all that last week. They sent the information in. Matter of fact, I know they sent it in on that Friday, I think. And then Monday they said that they were ready to ship it, the cost, and then, so we'll talk all about that. But yep, so unless, you know, I don't know if mail order pharmacy, we'll talk about that in another video. But yes, so because I want to talk about my goals that I had set out for the beginning of this year. So before we get into that, I have started tracking again in my trackers, and this will kind of help me to look at my goals that I set out and how I'm doing with this first quarter of the year. So January, February, March is the first quarter of the year, and as you see with my prayer journal and starting to write my prayers out. Where's my prayer journal? Right here. Write my prayers out in this journal. I've been doing that since the beginning of this year. I did start tracking that again on April the 5th on Friday, and I have done it every day since. Bible study time. So my Bible study, I started out reading I read Proverbs, Ephesians. Then I started with the woman in the Bible. I read the whole chapter of Esther, and then from there I started using this book right here. And this book captures different women in the Bible and compares them and contrasts them, and I started back on that. This week I didn't write it on here, but I'm about to be finished. I have to just do they give you questions at the end of each section, and I have to do the questions for these two ladies. And so so I do that every day this since Friday. Just wanted to show you that. But these ladies that I am reading about now, I'm reading about Mary, the mother of Jesus, as well as Mary Magdalene. And Mary, the mother of Jesus, she just had true faith. True faith. She was approached by an angel, the angel Gabriel, and he told her that she was going to be pregnant with the Messiah. Now imagine somebody coming to you, you are a virgin, and what would you think at that time? You know, you're a virgin, this angel is telling you you're going to be pregnant. What would come to you, right? What would be coming to you? How would you feel? But she had true faith, and she birthed Jesus, she mothered Jesus, and she allowed Jesus to do what he had to do. You know, sometimes as mothers, we are overprotective and we want what's best for our children, but we're still overprotective of them. But she allowed Jesus to do exactly what he was set out to do. She watched him as he was crucified, and then he was resurrected, and she was with him along the way. And then we had Mary Magdalene, and Mary Magdalene, she was a true woman of faith. She was actually delivered from having 7 demons. So Jesus cast out 7 demons from her. And then from there, she followed Jesus. And it was said that she was one of the disciples, because or you might as well say she was one of the disciples, because of the way she followed Jesus and supported Jesus. She was actually the first one to see Jesus after his resurrection. Not one of the first ones. She was the first one to see him after his resurrection. And he spoke to her and told her, don't touch me, because I'm about to ascend up to my Father, but go and tell the others. So go tell my brothers, go tell the disciples that I'm about to descend up to my Father, to our Father. And then she ran and told the disciples. So these two ladies had very important parts in the life of Jesus and in the spreading of the gospel. Because Mary Magdalene was they said she was like the apostle to the apostles, because she was the one who gave them this message. So yep, so I'm still doing my Bible study. My personal reading, I have started. Oh yep, I got it right here. I got the cover of it. Let me get it. The book is in my bedroom, but this is the cover of it. I'm reading Woman Evolve, and this is where Sarah Jakes Roberts, she discovers that we, as a womanhood, we were hard on Eve. We are hard on Eve, but we can learn so much from Eve. And so she's starting in that book. I've just started it on Friday, and I did miss some days, because it's been hard for me to get back on track, especially in the morning and at night. I find in the morning it's been hard for me to get up in the morning. Whew, because I usually was getting up at 5:45, 6 o'clock. I've been hitting that snooze button a lot here lately. And in the evening, at night, I fall asleep. And so I've been trying to do my personal reading in the evening. That's when I was doing it all along. And as you see, even there's been a lot of whites even in January, February, and March, and now in April. I have been reading, but I have not been reading every day. And so, but that's okay because I have finished 4 books in this quarter. And now I'm working on the 5th one. So I finished Fight Fair, and that helped me with my personal relationship with my husband. Working through conflicts that we might not necessarily think of. I read the book The Secret to Successful Relationships by Dr. Rutley, one of our community members. I read They Call Me Mr. Apollo, and that's about Billy Mitchell, the person who does the tours at Apollo. He worked at Apollo Apollo is the historical music theater in Harlem. And then I read Atomic Habits by James Clear, and that was good to just try to get back on established habits. So I think I'm doing great with that. And water intake, I have started tracking that again. And then, so got that. My physical activity. So I started tracking this again, and I have been great with my physical activity. I did not work out on Saturday. However, I did meet my step goal. My daughter and I, we are doing the Family Fit project together, and we both have different step goals, and my step goal is 10,000 steps a day, and so I have met it right now. I am at 7,377, and I just, every day I try to get on my treadmill and do 6,000 steps, and then do the other 4,000 steps as I move around throughout the day. And my daughter's doing great in hers as well. She says she meets her step goal throughout the school day. And then after school, she still has basketball, so that's more on top of that. So they do walk around at school. So got that. And then my fasting blood sugar, I just showed you guys those numbers, and I started tracking those again on Friday and have been doing that ever since. So quarter one, how is quarter one doing with meeting my goals that I want to set out by the end of this year? So I need to do better about writing in my little goal book here, but where is it? There it is. So at the beginning of the year, I set out to do some things, health-wise, spiritually wise, personal, career, and even with YouTube, and also financial. So I want by the end of the year, I want my A1C to have remained under 5.7. I want my weight to remain under 165. My waist circumference under 33 inches. And strength training, I want to do that more. So I feel, like I said, May I'll have my A1C checked again. I did get a check in March with the Family Fit project, and it was 5.4. So I believe we're still good there. My weight, the last time I documented it on this channel was it was March 28th and March 27th. It was March 20. I took my weight on March 27th in the air, and then the video aired on March 28th, and my weight was 158.8. Yeah, 158.8. I don't know where my phone is. Oh, 158.8. So I believe we're still good there. I did peak. I know I don't document it and tell you guys exactly what it is, but I did peak, and it is at, it's okay. All right. I will weigh again on April the 24th and share that with you guys, okay? So in 2 more weeks. And I believe my waist circumference may be still under 33 inches. We'll check that, but last time it was. And strength training, now that's where I need to work more. It's just, I gotta be able to fit it in. When I read Atomic Habits, and it's about habit stacking for me, because I got to be able to stack it and add it to something I'm already doing, which I'm already doing my cardio, but because my cardio is in a time frame where as soon as I finish my cardio, I have to go take my daughter to school. That's not a good time to stack it right there. So I got to figure this out. But so that's the part where I need to work on more within my health journey. I didn't write anything down on here specifically about nutrition, but we can always do better in our nutrition area as well. Spiritual wise, I wanted to dive deeper into women in the Bible, and I feel that I'm doing just that. I have already, like I said, read those different chapters in the Bible, and now I've read about those different women in the Bible. I'm almost finished with that book, so if I only have this amount left in the book, and I'll be finished, so I believe that I'm good there. And then with my personal reading, I wanted to, personal time, I wanted to read more. And again, I feel like I'm doing well there. I don't know if you can see over there. Do you see all those books? You see all those books? All those books. So Atomic Habits is down over there. I do want to read Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown. And then One Day My Soul Just Opened Up by Ayan Van Zant. Those are two that I'm going to read next. And I think there's two other little ones there. So I'm on track with reading the ones that I said I was going to read at the beginning of the year. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Yep. So I think I'm on track there for by the end of the year. And then, so career-wise, if you been following me, and I said when I talked about my goals for this year, I didn't have anything really in the field or in the category of career. I just left it blank because I didn't know. I just wanted to kind of stay where I was at within my career. However, I am pleased to say that I received a promotion with my job, and we're still working the kinks out with that. But I am excited for what's to come with that. So we're good there. And then with YouTube, I feel that I wanted to just stay consistent with YouTube and sharing my journey with you guys. And I feel like I have doing that. I did take off take off a week when I went on my vacation for our anniversary, but we were still engaged. So yep, I feel that that's still going great. And then financial, I wanted to be more intentional with my spending, and I wanted to budget more. I am pleased to say that I am doing that. I have started using the cash envelope system where I allot every single dollar a job. So when I get paid in each week, or not each week, I get paid every 2 weeks, but when I get paid, I make sure to write down and we sit down and do a budget. We make sure that our household bills are paid and out the way, and then from there, whatever's left we can put towards grocery, like the kids spending, our personal spending, debt, savings. We can do a tithe. We do all that. So I feel that we're doing great with that. I have in my mind, and I have a vision that I do want to write a book and publish it by the end of 2025. I need to continue to speak that, because guess what? That's where, out of all these different goals, even though I said by the end of 2025 and I have a year and 3 quarters left to go to do that, I need to get busy, because it's not going to be that easy to do. So I need to jump on that. So I need to get busy with that. So I feel I'm moving along. There are some things I need to work on, and just to make sure I'm still where I need to be at to accomplish these different goals. But how are you doing in the first, now that the first quarter of 2024 is over? How are you doing? How are you doing overall in your health journey? How are you doing overall in life? Because life be lifing. But how are you doing overall? I hope everything is going great with you. As always, y'all know I like it when you leave a comment about how you're doing, Mounjaro wise, just in health journey wise, in life wise, spiritually, mentally, physically. How are you doing overall? I hope all is going well with you. I thank you always for your love and your support. You guys mean the world to me, and I just appreciate you allowing me to share my journey, because me talking this out, me saying this out, for one, is I'm documenting it, and I can go back and look at, okay, remember you said this, you said that, And then also it just holds me accountable for what I set out to do. So I'm not only doing this for me, I'm doing this for everyone. So I hope that we all can remain motivated and encouraged and inspired to continue on. I do appreciate, I recently put out a video about me receiving compliments, and the outpour of the support and the outpour of just everybody having that same concern in some way or fashion within themselves was really enlightening. And I appreciate it. I thank you. We will, and it's not just, and so you know who you are. She sent me something and it was just right on time. It's not just always, we don't need to, I'm trying to pull it up here, what you sent me. But we don't need to always be, when someone gives us a compliment about our physical part, our physical body, that's good. That's all good. And that's all, you know, it's good. And we appreciate it because it keeps us motivated. It keeps us to continue on. And that's where I struggle at, is just the compliments, the physical compliments. Because sometimes I'm like, wow, is this really me? You know? So, but being complimented, and this is what it said. It said, compliments on your appearance are cool. But when somebody compliments you as a person, or the way your mind works, the way you carry yourself, your laugh, how peaceful your energy feels, how genuine your heart is, those are top tier compliments that just hit different. And that right there hit me different, because that's what makes us feel special. That's what makes us feel whole and gives us encouragement. You know, knowing that we're doing good to others and being a good service to others, that hits different. So I appreciate you all. I thank you all. I love you all. We're going to continue on. 2024, we're not giving up. We're going to do this. We're doing good for our bodies, our minds, our souls. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. Until the next video, God bless.